Hey, Melanie. Sorry. The guys invited me out for a few drinks. I just couldn't refuse. Really sorry. There were some people who came from out of town. I just couldn't get out of it.
Forget about it. No problem. I mean, the wedding plans are all set to go. There's nothing else to do. We're home free. But don't overdo it just because it's your last night as a bachelor. I hear all these stories of bachelor parties. None of that, okay? Oh, yeah, you said you were staying over at your buddy's place? So don't you dare be late. This is the most important day of our lives.
How could I be late for our wedding? I'll get up hours before that. Besides, I don't plan on drinking that much. Don't worry. Have I ever been late for work or on one of our dates? So relax. No worries.
Anyway, I'm gonna spend my last night as a single woman with your mom tonight. Actually, I wanted to spend the evening with just the family, but that's okay. It's been years since my parents passed, and I'm grateful for your mom for inviting me over. She's been strangely kind to me recently.
I really didn't think you and Mom would get along so well. You guys seem like the complete opposite. To be honest, I really didn't expect it. I mean, my mom can be a little difficult, but I'm glad that you guys can relate.
Huh? Your mom? Difficult? No way! Actually, she's been very nice.
She's just kind to you, Melanie. She can be pretty intimidating to me. She probably thinks of you as her daughter. You're closer to her than I am. She always wanted a daughter.
Well, I will be her daughter very soon.
Yeah, you're right. I'm really glad that you guys are on good terms.
Oh yeah, about tomorrow? I'm gonna stay over at your mom's place and head over to the wedding hall early tomorrow morning with her. Mom suggested I stay over. She knew I would be super nervous, and she's right. I probably couldn't sleep otherwise. I brought the dress over here. Mom will help me get dressed and all, so don't worry, and what's more, don't be late.
Great! I'll leave that to you guys. Okay then. See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, see you in the morning. Like I said, don't overdo it, but have fun. And no girls, you got that?
Come on! I would never do that. Just a few drinks with the guys, that's it. I only have eyes for you, Melanie. You know that.
All right, I trust you. Just never forget that. See you tomorrow.
Hey, Melanie. How's it going? Are you getting prepared? Mom told me not to come into the dressing room until you're finished. How's it coming along? I can't stand this wait any longer. I can't wait to see you in that wedding gown. Bet you look great. I'm all ready to go. How much longer do you think it'll take? We really should be out there for a bit of rehearsal. Sorry, are you still busy? I don't mind waiting a bit more.
Brad? That's not me.
Huh? What's up?
I want you to cancel today's wedding. Don't get duped into marrying that fake bride. That's not me. She's a fake.
Huh? What are you talking about? This is no time to be kidding around. You're in the room right now, right? Aren't you getting your hair done right now? And what do you mean you want to cancel the wedding? Does that mean you don't want to marry me?
No, that's not it. You don't understand. That woman at the wedding hall, that's not me.
Huh? Are you nuts? What are you saying? Sorry. Melanie, are you okay? Did you drink too much last night? What's up? Aren't you in the dressing room with Mom? You came here this morning with Mom, right? What's going on here?
I think that woman is someone that Mom found somewhere. It's not me. That woman in the dressing room, the person you're about to marry, that's not me. I'm at your mother's place now, in the cellar.
Huh? What are you talking about? This is crazy. Hold on a second. Let me catch my breath for a second. I'm gonna go take a look. hang on. Oh my god. You're right. That's not That's definitely not you! I took a peek in the dressing room. That's not you. The hair is all wrong. She's way taller. What the hell is this? Who the hell is that? I only saw her from behind, but her hair is longer. And her shoulders really wide. She's definitely twice your size.
I don't know who she is, but last night your mom and I had a few drinks. She made me drink one drink after another. She kept insisting. I thought a few drinks would be fine. By the time I realized what was going on, I conked out and found myself locked in the cellar.
What? How could she? She knows perfectly well you can't drink that much. Did she purposely serve you alcohol? She put you in the cellar? No way she would do such a thing.
Well, it looks that way. She was just putting on an act. She never accepted me as your future wife. She was just giving me the impression that she was a good mother-in-law. And I fell for it. When I came to, I could hear she was still in the house, and I yelled out at her to let me out, but she laughed and said I was not suited for you, that I would make a terrible wife for her precious son. Can you believe it? She said she already had a more suitable wife ready for you. She would never let me marry you.
What? Has she gone totally bonkers? How could she do that to us?
I don't know. I believed her. I thought everything was going to be great. What are we going to do? Did I do something to her? I mean, something to get on her bad side? Why does she despise me so much? So much that she would lock me in a cellar to prevent me from marrying you?
There is nothing wrong with you, Melanie. You did nothing wrong. To make you drink. Basically drugging you and dragging you into that cellar. That's not normal. Mom is definitely planning something. I'm heading over there right now.
Thanks, Brad. Please, hurry. I'm really sorry I couldn't get a hold of you sooner. I just couldn't get a signal down here in the cellar. Finally got one bar near the window. So glad I caught you in time, or else you...
Come on, Melanie. There won't be a wedding without you. I'm not gonna marry some stranger. Are you kidding me? I'll contact as many of the attendees as possible and get this wedding postponed. I'm on my way, so hang tight for a bit longer. And sorry to have to put you through this.
Brad, pick up! How could you do this to me? I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Do you know what you've done? I mean, to just walk out of the wedding. Are you out of your mind?
Huh? Out of my mind? That's what I should be saying to you! What you did is unforgivable! You completely ruined our wedding plans! How could you do this? Melanie and I planned this for months and you had to mess it all up! And I thought you guys were getting along. I should have known!
You ruined everything! You do understand the predicament we're in, don't you? You know perfectly well that our company is not doing well. We're on the verge of bankruptcy. Or don't you even care? If we lose that account with Mr. Rubin, our company will definitely go under. We're done.
What's that got to do with anything?
If you marry Mr. Rubin's daughter, he'll retain the account. And what's more, we'll be family, and our company will be saved. What's wrong with you? We've known the Rubin family for years. You know their daughter. Why run from a good arrangement? You marry her, and we're set for life.
Are you serious? Can't believe you, Mother! Have you even stopped to think what I thought? About my feelings? No doubt I want to save the company from ruin. Of course. Dad built this company. That's why I've been proposing various ideas to save this company, but you would not listen. Do you really think if I marry the daughter of a major client that it would save the company? You are delusional! Stop coming up with these dumb ideas and think in more practical terms. There are plenty of other things we could fix to make this company work.
If we can get through this current slump, we'll be okay. That's all we have to do. Just get the company propped up while I'm alive. That's all I ask.
Huh? You are delusional. You're the president of the company, for God's sakes. What the hell are you talking about? This is a small company, but we do have several employees. Or have you forgotten about them? We have a responsibility to look after our employees and their families. They rely on us for their livelihood. For once in your life, why can't you think about others? Stop always thinking about yourself. You really have a screw missing, Mom. I can't believe this.
Shut up! Please shut your mouth! Because of you, this whole thing is ruined. You really did it this time, Brad. And what's more, Mr. Rubin's daughter was very fond of you. She could have made you happy. When you finally brought a girl home, I figured she would be someone of substance. But she turned out to be a useless girl who doesn't even have parents, for crying out loud. If you want to marry someone, I would prefer that it be someone more socially advantaged. Someone that would be of some merit, not some girl off the street.
Is that all you have to say? Okay, Mom. If the company is so precious to you, you make it more successful. Make it more profitable by yourself. Can you even do that? Or do you need me to marry someone rich? You're using us like pawns in your little diabolical scheme. Maybe it would be better if this company just went under. Maybe it would be better for all involved.
Melanie, are you there? Please reply. I know you see my messages, so please answer me. I see that you haven't blocked me online yet. Please, I just want to talk to you. Please, it will only be a second. I'm really sorry for what I did. I don't know what I was thinking. So please answer me. Hello, Mother. I thought I told you I never wanted anything to do with you again. You do remember that, don't you? Melanie, thank you for answering. It's Brad. I keep contacting him, but there's no response. I was getting worried. I even went over to the house, but it seems you two have not returned home. How are we supposed to resolve this if we can't even talk it out? So please, where are you guys right now? You're with Brad, right? Please tell me where you are. Do you really think I would tell you after what you did? You ruined our wedding. What normal person would do such a thing? I can't forgive you. No, I will never forgive you. Please, I'm begging you. I said I was sorry for what I did. Do you want me to get down on my hands and knees? We leave things as is, and this company will go under. And we lost our major client. The Rubin Corporation pulled out. Well, I don't blame them. You tricked them into thinking that Brad was going to marry their precious daughter. I bet they were furious. I mean, just imagine. You think your daughter is getting married, and on the day of the wedding, they find out it was just one big scam. I'm surprised they didn't sue you. Also, Brad hadn't even met the Rubins or her daughter before, and they were going to get married? My God, how did you even convince them to go through with it? Pretty impressive, I'll give you that. Bet the relatives on Mr. Rubin's side must have also been flabbergasted. I just figured if Brad got married on that day, well, I figured he wouldn't be able to refuse, and things would eventually work out. That was the only option I had. It was our last chance to save the company. Please understand that. I did it to save the company. Nothing personal. This is our life you're messing with. Did you even stop to think about how we felt? How Brad felt? You really do have a few screws loose. Don't you even know right from wrong? Long ago, it was the parents who chose who their kids married. It was normal. Lots of rich families, even royal families around the world still do it. What's so wrong about that? I know right from wrong, and I thought this was right. Yeah, a long time ago. But we're not super rich or live in a castle. Normal people don't do that anymore. You're living in Fantasyland. Anyway, what do you want? Why did you contact me? Is it just to get me all riled up again? Well, you certainly succeeded. But you know what, Mom? My anger will probably never die down. Forever. I contacted you because I want you to get Brad to return to the office. I need his help. I'll do anything he says. I want him to rebuild the company. Use any method he prefers. So please, ask him to come back. Brad's always been a good businessman, and the clients are very fond of him, so please. If he returns, I am positive that he will turn this company around. Please, I beg of you. He's not going back. He's already made preparations to start his own company, and he has no plans to return. You're on your own, Mother. Huh? Are you serious? Why, he can't do that! Besides, he doesn't have any money to start a new business. Stop making up falsehoods at a time like this. He needs to get back here, and I mean right away. I provided the funds. I invested in his company. Huh? You invested? But you're just a housewife. Why would you have so much money? I think I've mentioned this countless times, but of course you did not bother to hear me. I've been working for home for years now. Well, the money I have was not basically mine to start with, but my parents left me an inheritance when they died. In it, there was some considerable property too. Over the years, I've been using this property. Basically, I'm running a real estate business. You're kidding, right? So, how much is this business of yours? Does that mean you have enough to invest in our company? To help us get back on our feet? I guess it was true what Brad said. He told me when we first met I should keep quiet about my assets and that I owned considerable property. He told me you were very money-oriented, that I should be careful. That's not true! How could he even say that? Listen, Melanie, we're family, right? So please, help me out here. I know that what I did to you was despicable, but I consider you my real daughter. I think we can really hit it off. So please. Please stop right there. I can't stand to hear anymore. To be honest, I feel a little nauseous talking to you. That act you put on, it was all just to get rid of me. If you insist on contacting me any further, I will have to talk with the police. They will take proper action. We seem to be living in two completely different worlds. We can't even converse normally. No, please, you've got it all wrong. I'm sorry for what I did. Please, don't think of me that way. It was all a misunderstanding. Please, believe me. I want to be a good mother-in-law. Please, give me a chance. I've always wanted a daughter. I would be so happy if you could consider me your real mother. Oh, yeah? You already have someone you can call your daughter. Mr. Rubin's daughter. You two agreed on this and concocted this scheme. Am I right? It's not like she knew nothing about me. You would be great for each other. The perfect mother and daughter. Like, not thinking about the consequences of your actions. Or the fact that you guys are a little empty-headed.
After that unfortunate incident, I decided to cut all ties with my mother. But legally, there is no way to completely erase the fact that she's my mom, but I made sure all inheritance from us would never go to her. If anything happens to me, she'll get nothing. It was the least I could do to cut all ties with her. For a while, she tried contacting us constantly, even waiting outside our home and confronting us in public. We contacted the police and a restraining order was put on her. She was not allowed anywhere near us. We changed our phone numbers and even moved out of our current residence. So unless she hires a private investigator, she'll never locate us again. But even if she did find us, we have a restraining order on her. So the rest is up to the police to handle. Eventually, her company went bankrupt and all her belongings were seized and sold off to pay debts and compensation to the remaining employees, which was not much. As a matter of fact, I provided a small retirement fee for each employee out of my own pocket, and even introduced them to new jobs. I felt a responsibility to them. I was not able to turn the company around, so it was partially my fault. It was the least I could do. My mother lost everything after that. And to be honest, I don't know what happened to her. She's not a part of our lives any longer. We have no remorse concerning her current predicament, or even care to know. To us, she no longer exists. We plan to forget all about our past and just look to the future. As for Melanie and I, a few months later, we held a small, intimate wedding with close friends. It was wonderful. After several months, I learned that she was pregnant with our first child. So that means the three of us will start a new life together.
Hey, Dennis, what's up, bro? My bestest of buddies. How you been, man? Pick up. Come on, Dennis. How about a little reply? Stop giving me the brush off, man. You're killing me, bro.
Hey, Brad, what's up? I'm not giving you the brush off, man. We're buddies, right?
Finally! Man, I thought I would never hear from you. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Don't tell me you don't know what day it is.
Huh? What do you mean? Is it your birthday or something?
Yeah, right. No, it's a weekday. Middle of the day. A weekday. People are working hard during this time of day. Well, at least some people.
Really? Is today a weekday? What day was it anyway? You at work now, Dennis?
You bet I am. And what's more, it's Wednesday. The busiest day of the week. Got a bunch of meetings lined up. Actually, I was right in the middle of preparing a presentation. Next meeting's in 20 minutes, so...
Are you serious? Oh man, I apologize. I have no awareness of the date recently.
I know you're a freelancer and all, but you really should get out every now and then.
Oh yeah? Well, you shouldn't always be running around from one meeting to another. You should take it easy every now and then yourself.
Yeah, you could say that again. I don't think I've taken time off in the last 6 months or so. Hey, wanna go drinking this weekend for old time's sake? I could sure use it.
Yes, sir! That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Let's do this. Really looking forward to shooting this shit about old times.
Yeah, sounds great, but how many times do you have to keep repeating the same old stories every time we meet? Like about your antics when we played basketball together in high school.
What do you mean? Those stories from high school are the best. I'll never get tired about talking about them.
Yeah, I get it, man. To be honest, I get to stain it all day myself.
But I wanted to see you for another reason. I have an important announcement to make. Don't get blown away by this.
So, this is why you're all hyped up over it, huh? So what is this important announcement anyway?
Yep, super hype, man. Would like to meet up in person to tell you. I gotta see that face of yours when I tell you.
You got me in total suspense. Spit it out, man! I can't wait till we meet up. How am I supposed to get any work done until then?
Just wait until we meet up, bro. I mean, you're working right now, right? Got a meeting pretty soon. You better concentrate on work, my man. You're not a freelancer like me. You got people monitoring your every move.
Yeah. Well, I'm on my official company authorized break time right now, so nobody is monitoring me, as you put it. So come on. I need to know now, not this weekend.
I don't want to hinder your work, so I'm gonna do you a favor, Tennis, and make that announcement for you right now. I got married!
Huh? Seriously? You don't say. Hold on a second. Did you just say you're married? Not getting married or planning on getting married, but got married?
Yep, that's right. Sorry I didn't contact you earlier. Already married. Or should I say, she asked me and I said yes. Yeah, I know, should be the other way around.
She asked you? So you're, like, married into her rich family or something?
Not as dumb as you look, Dennis.
Hit the jackpot, huh? Congratulations! Man, this is really good timing. There was something I wanted to convey to you, too.
You too, huh? What, did you get promoted or something? Is it good news or is it bad?
Good news for sure. I'm getting married too. We're not planning on having a wedding or anything, at least not yet. Just planning on registering a marriage certificate for now.
Congratulations! On paper, but still a real marriage nonetheless. You don't need some elaborate wedding ceremony. Seems a lot of younger couples are taking that route. Too expensive, and it all seems kind of silly.
Yeah, we were first thinking of just not bothering with it at all and just live together, but, you know, hope to get the paperwork done next month. And my fiance has an unusual family name and didn't want to change it. I don't really mind. I'm not all that bothered by it. She could continue using her name.
Oh yeah? Your fiance has an unusual name too, huh?
Two? What do you mean by two? What's this about your fiance too?
Yeah, she preferred not to give up her name. So instead, I became part of her family and took her name.
Man, what a coincidence. Getting married at the same time and on top of that with a girl with an unusual name. You can't make this up. No wonder we're buddies. We always seem eye to eye about everything. Kinda weird, this twist of fate. What's your wife like? What kind of person is she?
Oh man, don't get me started on her. She's cute, she's considerate, she's caring. She's absolutely wonderful. Oh yeah, did I mention she smells like a bouquet of flowers?
Wow, that's some description. Man, I'm starting to feel a little lightheaded.
Yeah, well, I just can't help myself. Hey, do you know Karin? The one who runs that flower shop down near the bus depot?
Yeah, of course I do. That's her. That's my bride-to-be. I'm surprised you know her. What about her?
Huh? Your bride-to-be? Hold it 1 second, Dennis. Not your bride-to-be. She's married to me.
Wait a sec.
Yeah. What the?
The flower shop near the bus depot. Heaven Sent Florals. That flower shop?
Yeah, that's right. The girl who runs the place, Kari.
No way. No, that can't be right. Her last name isn't Merriweather by any chance?
Yeah. Kari Merriweather.
Your wife couldn't possibly have the same name. That would be way too weird.
One and the same.
She's my wife to be.
No. Dennis? She's my wife.
Oh, I got it. The flower shop. There's probably two people working there with the same name. That's it. How else can you explain it?
No way. That's inconceivable.
I don't really like where this is all going.
Yeah. But I'm afraid it's fact. There's no denying it.
Hey, Brad. Do you mind if I get in touch with her first? Could you do that for me? Just act normal like nothing's happened. You're living together now, right?
Yeah. All right, man. No problem, but are you gonna be okay? Hey, after you finish work, let's meet up and talk about this. what do you say? I want to make sure of all this. Maybe, like, compare notes?
Yeah, maybe that would be best. Let's do that. Anyway, I better be getting back to work. I'll drop you a line after I get off. Hey, Karin. Must have been a busy day today. Right before the weekend and all.
Oh, hey, Dennis. Yes, it's definitely picking up. Are you off today?
No, it's a weekday. Working my butt off as usual.
Yeah, right. Such a hard worker.
Where you at now?
Huh? I'm just here at home. Why'd you ask?
Just wanted to hear your voice, Karin.
Oh, you don't say. That's so nice of you.
We're getting married. I mean, not officially until next month, but we are, right?
Yeah, right. I'm so grateful for your understanding that I didn't want to change my last name. Thanks for that. I know I was being selfish and all.
No problem. I know how you feel about not changing your name. There was one thing that I wanted to ask you about. I was wondering if you had anybody else that you know, were going out with in the past? I'm sure you have. I mean, you're pretty and very nice and all. Why wouldn't you have dated some other guys?
Dennis? Are you jealous? That's so adorable. Yes, of course. Before I started going out with you, there were a few guys I went out with for sure. But when it came to tying the knot with somebody, well, you're the first, Dennis.
Yeah, really? That's great. First time was me, huh?
Yes, so no more of this jealousy.
Aye, aye, sir. Karin. Is there anything else you're hiding from me? Something you're not telling me?
Hiding something? Why would you say that?
I happened to see you the other day.
Huh? You saw me? Where?
This was some time back. Guess it was like 2 weeks ago. Did you pass by my office? I was taking a break and looking out the window. And I happened to see you with some guy.
Sorry, Dennis. I was going to tell you. To be honest, I have an older brother.
An older brother? You have an older brother?
Sorry to keep it from you. I was going to tell you about him later on. Like you said, 2 weeks ago I went out to lunch with my brother that day. You probably saw us as we were headed to Gary's down the street. You know, that diner down the street from your office? I figured if I told you, you would get jealous, like you did a second ago. I couldn't bring myself to tell you yet. Figured you wouldn't mind. He is my brother after all. Just siblings having dinner. No need for jealousy, please. I can't handle any kind of jealousy or mistrust. You know me, right?
Oh, I see. Your brother. Right. Do you mind telling me your brother's name? Just curious.
His name? Well...
Don't tell me you don't remember your brother's name.
Of course I remember. It's Bradley. Yeah, I always call him Brad.
Yeah, that's it. I just got a call from this guy Brad just a few hours ago. He contacted me to tell me he was getting married. Great, huh? I suppose you know where I'm going with this, right? Brad told me that his wife's name was Karin Merriweather. He also said that she works at the flower shop called Heaven Sent Florals. What a coincidence, huh? Same name, same place of work. Really freaky.
Yeah, weird. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, yeah, you know what? I should have told you before, but there is this girl working with me, and she has the exact same name.
Please, enough already. I don't want to hear anymore. About seeing you in front of my office walking with some guy? Yeah, I made that up. But it's true that you passed my office with Brad, right? You know why I know? Well, because Brad told me. Before you say anything, no use trying to explain. Brad and I have known each other since grade school. or what you call best of friends.
Huh?
So, what's this all about? Why the elaborate lie? Why the song and dance?
Boy, this is getting super boring.
Huh? What did you say?
Everything was going great. You had to ruin everything. You work at a well-known company, so socially I was in good standing. Although your pay is crap, and a freelancer with way better income, best of both worlds. I can't believe you guys are best friends. Just my luck. I really should have done a little research. 1 in a million chance that you guys would know each other. You can't make this stuff up. And I thought everything fell into place nicely.
Sorry to interrupt your self-contemplation, but don't you think you should be, apologizing?
No, boy. And I thought I had a nice little scheme going here. What a mess.
Okay, I get it. Now I see who the real Kari Merriweather is. Let me get this straight. Brad and I were just being used. A convenient pawn in your desire for an easy life. That about it? Hold on a second. That's the most despicable thing I've ever heard.
What can I say? I'm cute. All the guys fall for me. Get to make the best of it, right? Being cute sure has its merits. I can do practically anything I want, and nobody says shit. I can't get over how easily guys like you fall for it.
Didn't you even think about what would happen? We would have found out sooner or later. Or do you even give a shit?
Like I said, you guys are too easy. Show a little leg and a wink, and I got you kissing my feet. I don't know about you, but Brad, whoa. I got him eating out of my hands. He's infatuated with me. I look up at him with my sparkly eyes, twirl my finger on his chest, and he forgets everything. I could total his car and he'd forgive me. I don't need you anymore, so do as you like. Goodbye.
You do realize that this conversation is going to be evidenced later on. You okay with that?
In this day and age, you can make up any kind of conversation you want. This kind of lying conversation means nothing. Can't be used as evidence. Tough luck.
You never thought of the risk that Brad and I would accidentally meet, even if we didn't know each other.
You guys probably would have never run into each other. Like I said, a 1 in a million chance. Hold it a second. Did you say earlier that he called you? And you said friends from grade school.
Boy, not sure how you keep that brain of yours working. Take a look out your window.
Window? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean your parents' place. At the entrance area.
Wait a sec. Is that Brad's car? Wait, just a second. Why are you guys together?
Yeah, we thought we'd take a drive out here. Wow, didn't expect your place to be so big. Really nice. I believed you when you said you didn't have parents, that they abandoned you a long time ago. So, this is where you live with Brad. So you got 2 homes. One when you meet me, and this one where you live with Brad. You really got it made. So, that fairy tale about your folks abandoning you, and that you had to work your butt off to make a living. That was all BS, huh? You know what? I don't have parents. So I was pretty content that I finally found someone that would understand how I felt all these years. I really believe that it was an unbelievable twist of fate that I met you. So, it pisses me off even more.
I think you got this all wrong. A simple misunderstanding is all.
After I finished work, I met up with Brad. We compared a line conversation with you. We were able to verify a bunch of details.
Huh? Are you serious?
Well, now that we're here, let's get your parents and the 5 of us can have a big, long talk. What do you say? I look forward to it. Karin's family, it turned out, was very rich. After we arrived, we were immediately greeted by her mother and father, who apparently knew nothing about her daughter's little scheme. They were genuinely shocked. Obviously, Karin played dumb, but Brad and I were, after all, buddies since grade school. I've known him for years, so no way she could talk her way out of this predicament. So she finally relented and admitted what she'd done. We sat down and discussed how we would go forward. We concluded the conversation with the promise that both Brad and I would receive a handsome financial compensation for what she did. All seemed fine, and both Brad and I were content with the overall outcome, but oh yeah, Brad could not stay married with Karin after what she pulled. We figured Karin's parents would foot the bill for her daughter's misfortune, but to our surprise, they refused to help her. So I heard she had to increase her hours at the flower shop in order to pay off her debts to her parents. Brad and I were curious about how she was doing, and we decided to ask her parents, but all they said was, "Better you don't know." We didn't press it any further. As for Brad and I, it's been a year since that unfortunate incident, and both of us met a couple of very nice girls. The first thing we did when we all went out was to make sure we weren't going out with the same girl.
Hey, do you really think you can get away from me? You're gonna pay for slinging mud in my face. How do you, a mere housewife, plan to bring up a high school kid like Sandy? Give me a break.
The divorce has already gone through for your information. I have nothing further to talk to you about. And I already found a good-paying job. So I plan to put Sandy through college no matter what. And I don't need your help.
You sure don't know anything about real life, do you? Do you even realize the huge pay difference between you and me?
Why did you even contact me? What exactly do you want to say? Spit it out. I don't have all day. To be honest, we just want you gone from our lives. So if you got something to say it for God's sake.
Your income is gonna drop drastically. You do realize that. I hope. I mean, you forget that you are married to a guy who works at a major corporation.
Yeah, a guy who works at a major corporation that had a mistress and played around constantly. What's more, you made us live on a pittance. I even had to work part-time to make ends meet. Yeah, right, a real provider. You never allowed us to enjoy ourselves. To be honest, it was pure misery living with you. When we came home, all you did was treat us like slaves. If the dinner I cooked was not to your liking, you would just dump it in the trash bin. Or you would toss Sandy's homework in the trash out of spite. At the office, you act as though you're a loving father, taking care of your family, putting on this whole fake persona. If people knew the real you, someone who treats his family like garbage, they would be rendered speechless.
But you are garbage. What can I say? A garbage woman and her garbage daughter. That's what you guys are. How else am I supposed to treat you? Yeah, like garbage. Why did you even have to give birth to a girl, for God's sake? At least you could have given me a boy. What's the use in having a girl? What use will she be when she grows up? All these years, I took care of you guys. Gave you a roof over your heads, paid for your meals, clothes, everything. This is what I get in return? Funny. I didn't even have to throw out the trash. The trash left on its own accord. If I knew it would turn out this way, I never should have picked you up off the street. All you had to do was obey my every command and simply do what I told you, but no! You always had some reason to fight back.
How could I not fight back? You cheat on me. You provide us with zero financial support. Who wouldn't react to that? You really have nerve treating women like we were your slaves. You're despicable.
Yeah, well, just keep this in mind. A woman is only useful until she's in her mid-20s. That's it! After that, she's just an old hag. You're way over the limit. There's no use for you in this world anymore. Get that through your pea-brain head of yours. That's why I treat younger women with respect. You, on the other hand, deserve no respect whatsoever. Your expiration date reached its limit a long time ago. You belong in the trash bin.
Is that all you've got to say? Well, have fun with your mistress then. Good riddance.
You bet I will. Unlike you, she's super smart. She never gets angry or complains about a thing. I will be very happy living with her. I should have done this years ago. Why I kept you after the expiration date, I don't know. But this does not mean I forgive you for leaving me. Don't you forget that. I'm not finished with you yet. If you want me to pay child support for Sandy, you better get down on your hands and knees and beg like the tramp you are. And you do that in front of my house. And then I may provide you with a little financial support. And I'm sure you need it.
No need for that, we're good to go. We don't want a cent from you. I don't want to ever rely on you or your money. So please, get lost. We don't ever want anything to do with you again. Just leave us be. Goodbye and good riddance. Hey, Sandy, just finished work. I'm getting on the subway. Hey, Mom, just in time. I just walked through the door. I'll get dinner ready right away. Bought some of your favorite pork dumplings on the way. Oh my god, I love those things. Thanks. I'm really sorry. I know you probably just finished school. Making me dinner? You should be studying. Come on, Mom, don't start again. I'm doing it because I love it, that's all. Don't worry about it. Anyways, you're always working for me. Ever since we left home. I have to pay you back for all you've done for me. So please, let me do at least a little cooking and cleaning, and like I said, I actually kind of enjoy cooking. Yeah, right, but you're already in college. I mean, you must… What? What do you mean? You know, you must have a boyfriend. Huh? Is that what you're worried about? Don't worry, nobody like that so far. I know a lot of guys at school, but no one special. Besides, if I do find a guy, I will only choose a guy that will accept you. That's how important you are to me, Mom. I'm always here for you, Mom. That will never change, so you better get used to it. Sandy, you're going to make me cry. How did I end up with such a beautiful daughter? You know what? I'm gonna stop off at that pastry shop downtown and pick up some of those chocolate donuts. Really? Yes! Okay, Mom, be careful coming home. And could you get me some of those brownies? I love those! Sure thing, Sandy. Anything for my daughter. No, wait. Forget what I just said. Huh? What's the matter? Did I say something wrong? What am I gonna do? Why? This is not happening! Mom, no, you can't! You can't come home! Just stay away! Don't come home, you hear me? He's in front of the house. Huh? What do you mean he's in front? Who's he? No way. You don't mean him? Yeah, it's him. My dad. My ex-dad. He's banging on the door. What am I going to do? The door's gonna break, Mom. He's gonna kick it down. What should I do? He's at the front door? You're sure it's him? Are you okay, Sandy? No way he's getting in the house, right? Don't you dare let him in, you got that? I got both locks secured, and the curtains are closed. He probably doesn't know I'm here. Maybe he'll give up and go away. I doubt he'll break in. He hasn't seen me. He'll give up, but… Mom, stay away from the house for now. When he's gone, I'll text you again. Hang tight. Just stay at a cafe or something for now. I'll be in touch. I can't do that. I can't have you stay there all alone with that lunatic outside. I just can't do it. When Bob gets angry, he goes nuts. He's deranged. He goes totally mental when he doesn't have his way. He'll get way more blitzo if you see him face to face. Better you stay away. I can handle this. You know I'm right, Mom. I mean, he would never hurt his own daughter. But you? He hates you. He'll go Looney Tunes if he sees you. He's banging on the door and screaming your name. Stay away, Mom, you hear me? That guy's wacky for sure. You got it, Mom?
Sandy, just call the cops right away. Better to be on the safe side. Call the cops. If it's nothing, that's that. Please, just call them.
Calling the police won't do shit. Remember when we called the police before you got divorced? Remember what they said after they arrived? They said it was just a family quarrel and told us to work it out. And just left us with this deranged psycho. You do remember that, right? No way I'm calling those useless jerks. I'll never forgive that cop for how he treated us.
Yeah, well, that cop was old, probably retired by now. The younger cops are way more understanding, especially with young and pretty girls like yourself. I know, I was pissed off at the cop too, but I think things have changed since then. Won't hurt to call them just in case. I would rather you call them than regret it later on, so please.
All right, Mom, I'll call them. Hold it a second, Mom. Looks like he's talking to someone outside.
Who? What's up? Answer me! Who's he talking to?
I think it's the neighbor. I've seen him around. I think it's that guy down the street. Mr. Bannon, was it? It looks like he's warning him. He looks a bit angry.
Huh? Really? I hope Mr. Bannon is okay. You really should just call the cops. Bob is off his rocker, right? Never know what he'll do. Better safe than sorry. Call the police right away.
No, wait. It looks fine. Dad looks like he's apologizing to Mr. Bannon. Actually, looks kinda worried.
Huh? Really? I know Dad always dupes people at the office and around his neighborhood with his good guy image, but around us? Around our neighbors? He's always pretty rude to them. He's sure not the type to curry favor with our friends.
Yeah, you're right. If he didn't care, he'd just ignore the guy and keep banging away and screaming. I wonder if he knows Mr. Bannon. Holy crap! He just got down on his hands and knees! Looks like he's begging him for forgiveness? What the hell is going on? Who is this Mr. Bannon? What is he? A cop or something? I want to get out there and check it out.
Don't you dare! I know Bob. He'll hit the roof once he sees you. Just hang on for a bit longer. I'm almost home. I'll talk to them. I'll find out what's going on. So don't you dare go out there.
Hey! Never thought you were acquainted with the former CEO of our company. Small world, huh? I mean, who would have thought?
What the hell is wrong with you? You come charging over to my house, bang on the door, scared Sandy half to death. What the hell do you want?
I was just thinking. We're forever connected somehow. Don't you think? You know Mr. Bannon? Can't just chalk it up to mere coincidence.
Well, if you would have just forgotten about us and just left us be, we never would have had any further connection. Besides, there is no connection now or ever in the future.
Come on, relax, Carol. I just wanted to show you a little respect. Figure we can talk it over and make things right again. You know, start from scratch again. What do you say?
Did you fall off your chair and hit your head recently? Do you really expect us to live with you again after how you treated us? Do you really want garbage like us back in your life? You are totally mental. If I was a cat and had 9 lives, I would reject you 9 times.
Come on, don't be that way. Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's start on a blank page. Like when we first met. I was young and hot-headed. I'm not the old Bob anymore. My thinking has changed. You should call me Robert from now on. That old Bob is gone for good. What do you say? I really regret how I treated you. I understand that now.
How many years do you think I spent watching you put on that fake persona? You can't fool me anymore. I've had it with your deception. The only reason you're being this way is probably because you found out that Mr. Bannon was the former CEO of your company. and that he's my neighbor. That's it, isn't it? I can read you like a book, Bob. For your information, we have no intention of starting over with you again. Not now, not ever. Sandy and I would be forever grateful for you if you would just leave us be and get the hell out of our lives. Thank you very much.
Okay, I got it. I won't bother you any longer. But could you just do me one favor? Could you tell Mr. Bannon that you forgave? That there are no hard feelings? You do that, and I will be gone from your lives. You know him pretty well. He seems to be fond of you. I'm sure he'll listen to you. I tried to contact him, but he's blocked me. He won't see me. You're my only chance. Come on! For old time's sake.
He comes to my home, bang on my door, scare my daughter, disrupt this peaceful neighborhood. You brought this onto yourself. Mr. Bannon came rushing over here because he heard you yelling and screaming. Anyway, you and I are complete strangers. We're not married anymore. That ended years ago. You should be grateful I didn't call the police. They could have had you arrested. Did you even realize that?
Yeah, I know that. But the fact remains that, well, if you don't help me out, I may get fired from my job. I made my way up the company. I recently made section manager. You understand, right? I can't lose this job. You gotta help me out.
Why are you even asking me? I have nothing to do with all this. Don't come groveling for help. It's actually a little offensive. You brought this all on yourself. What's more, when we got divorced years ago, you told the company that it was me who cheated on you. How could you? All those years, you treated us with such disdain.
Well, I couldn't help that. I had to maintain a proper image at work.
Wait a sec. I know why you came back to us. I bet your woman, the one you had the affair with, I bet she dropped you, am I right? I thought she was smarter than me. Well, it seems she wasn't. If she was as smart as you say, she would have dropped you before getting married. You haven't changed one bit. That mouth of yours is still working overtime, I see.
I just came back to help you guys out. I felt pity for you.
Oh yeah? Well, that's so nice of you. But we don't want or need your help. I mean, how could we accept anything from a loser like you? So, no way I'm going to explain anything to Mr. Bannon. Get yourself out of your own pile of garbage. Oh yeah? Just so you know, I told Mr. Bannon the real reason we got divorced. No matter how you tried to concoct some far-fetched story, it's too late. He knows the truth.
Come on, Carol. Have a little pity, would ya? We've been together for more than 15 years. There must have been something there. You must have cared back then. Come on, help me out here. Tell Mr. Bannon it was all a misunderstanding.
I will never forget what you did to us. Treating us with such animosity. And you want pity? Well, I'm not giving it. I didn't realize Mr. Bannon was the former CEO of your company, but I knew that after he retired, he worked as a volunteer to help out single mothers. And this house we're living in, he owns it, and he lets us live here for a fraction of the real cost. Mr. Bannon is a kind and considerate person. He's done so much for me and Sandy. I cannot lie to him, and I won't.
Give me a break! My whole career is on the line here. I get fired and I'm done. How am I supposed to find a job now, at this age?
Why should I worry about some stranger's life or career? Besides, our lives are in jeopardy too. Our lives, Sandy and mine. This is way more important than some no-good cheating ex-husband, and nobody to us. If I give in now, we would only go back to being your slave and treated like trash.
Slave, huh? I wouldn't go that far. I never treated you guys like slaves. Besides, a woman should obey his husband. It's always been like that.
Are you still going on about a wife obeying the husband? Are you still living in the 1950s? Do you ever say that in front of people at work or to Mr. Bannon's face? I bet you don't. Yeah, I figured as much. All you care about is how people perceive you at work, how the girl sees you. You're always putting on this fake persona. You're despicable.
What good would it do to tell him about what a crappy wife and useless daughter I have? What good would it do me? The only reason you exist is because of guys like me. Guys who can provide for you and protect you. You need guys like me. Wake up and smell the coffee, would you? Just do whatever I say. You'll thank me in the end.
Wow, I thought you lived in the 50s. Dark Ages is more like it. Where have you been for the past few decades? We're strangers now. I don't want you ever contacting us again, you got that? For the last time, goodbye.
Hold on a second! I'm begging for your help! You can't even have an ounce of pity for me? Come on, think of the 15 years we were together. We had some good days, right? You're not that stupid, are you? So, you're okay with me being gone? You sure are gonna regret this. Mark my words! You'll never be able to do anything without me!
Huh? You still think you're above it all. You're hopeless. Sandy and I don't need you. You've treated us like garbage for years. But I've realized that the worst piece of garbage in the world is you. That's why we dumped you. Can you ever understand that, for God's sake? That's right, Bob. You're the piece of trash. You belong in the trash bin of humanity. Well, after that line encounter, I heard he was transferred to some office way out in the country somewhere. Mr. Bannon, being the former CEO, could have insisted that he be fired, but he was afraid that if he did fire him, he could take revenge on me and Sandy. He wanted to avoid that at all costs. So he opted to get him transferred to some far-off subsidiary. As for Bob, he got bumped down to a regular staff member. We all know Bob's got a huge ego, so I'm not sure how he would take it. Not sure if his pride could take such shame. But then again, that status of working for a major corporation, he definitely didn't want to part with that. I bet he put on that fake smile of his, grit his teeth, and took it. I heard that Mr. Bannon was also brought up by a single mom, and so after retirement he volunteered to help single mothers in need. I was fortunate enough to live in his neighborhood, and he and his group helped us out, providing us with discounted housing and medical help when needed. I would never have gotten by without Mr. Bannon's help. If Mr. Bannon hadn't shown up when he did, you never know what that creep would have done to us. We owe him dearly for coming to our rescue. Of course, we wanted to call the police and press charges, but it seems that they only act after some drastic incident happens and not before. Besides, even if the police took him away, he would not be gone for long. He'd probably be out in a few hours. Then what? He'd definitely come right back to taunt us. So, we figured this would be the best punishment for him. As for the woman he was having an affair with, well, apparently she dumped him and found a way nicer guy than Bob. I heard she recently got married. Well, looks like she threw out the trash too. I guess he came back to us because he had nowhere else to go. Nobody would put up with his bullshit. I was furious he would even think we'd take him back. But I feel this is truly the end of this relationship. As long as the company doesn't fire him and keeps him away from us, he'll face up to what he did as long as he could keep his job. Any contact with us and he loses his job. That'll keep him in line. So now Sandy and I can finally relax and get on with our lives. He was a garbage husband, but one thing I will thank him for is that he gave me a beautiful daughter. She is the most precious thing in my life.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.